Sunday, June 2nd. It's pumpkin planting day.
Hi. Yeah, we're early too. Sometimes we don't do this till July.
Was it last year or 2 years ago that
2
we
years ago
did
it
it
was
4th of July?
July 4th.
We just didn't get around to it in time.
We got our pumpkin seeds all assorted. These are all different, and I'm just gonna alternate as we go. I'm sitting in my little planter seat. Show the water wheel.
Yep, so this is a water wheel planter. It's set up for like row crop type stuff. I've got the other two attachments that will form the ground into a hill, so it'll kind of, make a little bump. And then we have another thing that lays plastic over it, but...
Am I gonna be able to see the hole
What hole?
that this makes?
Well, yeah, it's dropping water in it.
Okay.
You saw it last year, didn't you?
Yeah, but that has like a hole in the plastic, so that's why I was just thinking of that. Or is it all gonna look the same?
I see what you're saying.
Is it all gonna look the same? Well, it'll be a test run.
So last year we did plastic, one row, but you see how there's a hill here? It was very challenging to get the plastic layer to cooperate and effectively lay the plastic flat and bury both edges, because it folds the plastic over, then it mounds the dirt over the edge of it and to hold it down. I fought with that, and it took like 2 hours to get one row's worth, through here, and I said, that's enough. So last year, this thing was punching holes in the plastic. Now we're just gonna put them right in the dirt. So
Yeah, we'll see. It spaces really well, so we'll see if I can tell where the space is.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I think this is what, every 2 or 3 feet it'll punch a hole?
That looks like about 2.5
2 or 3 or 4, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, from one.
I can't math from over here.
One thing to the next.
So she's got a little water shutoff valve there that turns on the water, and basically that wheel just fills up with water and it acts like a little reservoir. Turn that valve on. Use the sprout muscles.
Oh my God! Which way?
I don't know. Whichever way it goes.
That way.
There you go.
Needs some muscles.
So you see that?
It's coming.
So it'll
through.
fill up with water, and then when each one of those blades goes in, it punches a hole in the dirt, and then there's a hole on the back side of the blade, and then it'll squirt a bunch of water in there.
Works
And
real good.
that moistens the seed. And
Some people plant a seed, an actual starter, a plant, but
yeah, that's what
we
this
don't
tray
have
is
that.
for. This big tray here is for if you had the little 2-inch cubies, little starter plants, and you would pile them up here. Then you just plant the starter in, so that wedge there actually punches the right size hole to actually put a starter plant cell pod. Those little pods you get at the store, to drop one of them in there. But
We've done the seeds a few years and it works good.
yeah, Sprout just likes doing the seeds and planting them in there by hand. So we'll get her fired up here. We're gonna go right up close to where we planted our sunflowers yesterday. We've got some cloud action going on here, so hopefully it cooperates weather-wise.
It's a tongue
I use
twister.
my words.
That's a tongue twister, Stinker.
Yeah. All right, let's fire it up and get going here. So
Let's go.
I gotta make sure my mirrors are adjusted because this tank blocks my view with the Sprout.
Let's go. Hopefully I stay on. I need a seatbelt on this.
I know. Well,
No,
if you fall off, it's only a
It's a
foot and a half. Should be all right. Oh, all right. Here we go. Here's a good example of what I was talking about, where working on the side of the hill, it's really hard to maintain a straight line. So the rear end of the tractor is like kicking out. You can see how the straight line from yesterday is over there. And I'm trying to get up in that groove with the tire and maintain the same line, but just ain't happening. Just gotta go with what works and what sort of works, I guess. I don't know. So I think once we get into that spot down there, it should be better, because I'll have a good opportunity to correct on the grass there, where both wheels will have good grip. But the rear end of the tractor is real heavy because I'm towing the implement. And gravity is taking it downhill. So it's a pain in the butt. This is why I was fighting with the plastic layer last year and decided not to use the plastic this time around, because it was just so much aggravation on the side of the hill to try and get it to go flat and to hold a straight line with the tractor. Because when you lay the plastic, you got to have a perfectly straight line for the plows to move the dirt away and then back over the plastic when it lays it down on the final stage. And if you're canted too much, you'll have way too much dirt on one side and none on the other. So you have to go back through and bury the one edge with a shovel. And we weren't about to do all that. That's a little bit too ridiculous. So I think, yep, so we're at the end of the first plot, I guess we'll call it. It's not really a field. I broke these up so that we got areas to drive through, and so it's not all one big continuous thing. Give us more flexibility for driving around and picking. Over here, eventually I'm going to put a pipe in so that this one drive lane here, you can go straight up into the hayfield if you have to, because a couple times some of the guys that do the hay up here, they've had to come down this way to retrieve bales and stuff. So I put a drainage ditch in there because the amount of runoff was just so crazy in the spring that this time of year, like, you know, late May, early June, this would still be swamp, and we'd be waiting until July to actually plant anything because so much runoff comes out of the hayfield. So that little drainage ditch is helping out a lot. So I'm going to put a pipe in there so that they can come down and when they have to. So I think we're good now travel-wise. I'm just going to kind of make a guesstimate here and a little micro adjustment, and then we're going to hop out and see how the sprout's doing. So there's that little water wheel thing. You can see it's leaving a little divot, and it fills it with water. And then along comes Johnny Sprout Seed.
I'm sprouting seeds.
And she puts some seeds in there.
I'm just mixing them all up. We'll just get us sorted. We don't know what'll come out. It'll be nice and pretty. Lots of pumpkins.
Yep. So the pumpkins did real good here last year. So we're doing more. We're kind of expanding on the pumpkin thing.
Yeah, a lot.
You
Nice.
you do what works for you.
I got new assorted kinds too, so hopefully they come up good. This one's gonna be a fancy pumpkin, I can tell by the seed.
Yeah. Don't miss the hole. Don't forget about the hole. So there we go again. It's starting to, you know, slide down the hill backwards. So, whatever. Oh, look at them cool designs. That's some quality artwork right there
Yeah.
on the side of the water wheel.
Oh, really?
We got to make an adjustment up here. Pretty sure it says in the owner's manual to not operate a tractor like this, but you know, kind of do my own thing. That's better. But yeah, it's constantly whoop, 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 whoop. It's really annoying. Yeah, well, I think that looks good. We'll go back out and visit the sprout again. Big rock there, Sprout. Big rock. Oh, another rock.
Wow, we got a lot bigger space than we did last year.
Oh, man. Do I have this in... Ready? We're still recording. Look at that.
Wow. That was a lot of seed. It's going to be a lot of pumpkins,
Yep.
hopefully. Right?
Sure will.
I got muddy hands. I ended up taking my glove off because it was too hard to pick up the seeds.
Really?
I'll wash
You
them.
actually took your gloves off for once.
I'll wash them.
Wow.
Yep.
Well, there you have it. So we got our pumpkins planted. We got sunflowers planted. Our regular vegetable garden is planted at this point. So now it's time to go to the auxiliary or overflow or
area.
production garden, whatever we're calling it. And then you got some onions and stuff for that?
Gonna plant some onions. And then I do have some late blooming seed starters that I'll eventually put in there. And if they take, they take. Or if critters eat them.
Yeah, we don't have a fence around that area yet because it's
Yeah.
kind of a work in progress.
More of an experimental area,
Yeah,
right? See how things do.
I guess.
Yeah.
We'll need a scarecrow. We'll have to put you out there with a costume on.
Yeah. My hands like
That's your scarecrow impression?
this. Yep. All right. Lots of planting.
Yep. So now we got to figure out what we're doing. We're going to have to check the radar and see what's going on here. It looks a little sketchy out toward the west. That's where our weather typically comes from.
We gotta find misses.
Yeah, we know where. So we got the two ducks, Mr. and Mrs. Mr. is accounted for, but Mrs. is MIA. The fox showed up last night around 11:30, but both of them were in the pond safe. But Mrs. is missing, so hopefully she's just kind of hiding out somewhere.
We gotta find her.
All right, well, on to the next thing. See you later.